Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. Right on my hands is Ginseng Roots number 9, Craig Thompson's rather interesting comic series exploring the ginseng industry in the United States, particularly where he grew up in Wisconsin. It's been a bit of a gap since the previous issue. He explains a little bit in the back as to what happened and why there was a gap. It's totally fine. This is an interesting entry because it really isn't about Thompson's experience at all. He describes more of where things stand now and some of the interesting geopolitical stuff that's going on in the industry. So he takes this issue to go and look at the consolidation of the ginseng industry where he grew up, particularly two large corporations and how they're dealing with things. But he talks about, the economic forces, up and downs, and how there's issues with competition in Canada, and that some of that was funded by the Canadian government to get them off of tobacco farming. He talks about the Foxconn deal that President Trump touted and why that might have come to Wisconsin and some of the impact of that. And also just the general trade war that has happened and how that's impacted the industry as well. So out of everything, this has been a series that's been fairly political. This one really kind of dives into, how decisions by governments can really impact industries, impact individuals. As he keeps on pointing out over and over is that, these decisions by the governments are driving people from their farms, and while it's driving people from their farms, it's also opening up opportunities for large corporations to come in and take over the business. So, there's that always a debate about factory farms versus local farmers. Well, some of that is due to the government meddling, is that they put in policies that drive out the local farms and benefit mass farming. And that's kind of what's touched upon here. What's also interesting is that there's a lot of discussion about how, so at least one of the two industries has really expanded its line of ginseng products to kind of meet demand in the various markets, not just here in the United States, but also China. And then also about staffing at the farms. It discussed how, they're having trouble filling positions and that, they need to go to Mexican labor to fill those positions. It's actually really interesting that both people kind of echo what they're seeing, the two competing corporations. And it sounded like the pay was actually fairly decent from at least one of them. So overall, it's a really interesting entry. It feels a little bit disconnected to what's come before, just because it's not quite as personal. It feels like. Instead, it just feels like a kind of a dive into the corporations and examination of that, which is a little bit disconnected because, yes, while one has a personal story about it, it's still not quite like his story. It's still really about the business that he kind of works with and expanded. The art continues, I think, to be amazing. I really think the art of the series, the choice of the black, white, and red is really, really cool. It's a really fascinating comic series that I feel like I walk away more educated with every single issue. So I'm excited to see where this all goes and what more we can get from this. Because overall, you think a comic about ginseng is going to be that exciting, but it is it really is educational and interesting. So if I recommend it. I still think this is a great series. It was worth the wait, and I can't wait to see what else comes out from this. You can go get this now. It's in comic shops. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code, tell the comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some of the links that where you can purchase. There'll be affiliate links, so we get a small percentage by doing that. You help support our site, so thank you. And speaking of support, just watching our videos support us, so thank you for that. If you're into comics, indie comics, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games. you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.